What's up? We
What's up,
are
guy?
back.
I told you I was backwards. No,
Well,
I'm
You're
not.
not backwards.
No.
You're not backwards. We still see you correctly.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's okay. Whatever.
We are back.
My whole
Episode
day
number
has
286.
been backwards.
We are back with episode number 286. And we've got with us 86. That's what I have. I could be
Okay.
wrong. I mess it up all the time.
Yeah,
That and
let's
apostrophes.
Let's just do New York Marathon and just said it's 299, and next week we'll celebrate 300.
Okay.
We'll just like jump in.
We got a few guests with us today. We got George G from George G's Room of Rock. What's up, George?
How's it going, guys?
And we've got Don
Dan?
Roselle.
Dan
Roselle.
Roselle.
Got it. And I just met him 2 seconds ago, so we'll get to know him a little bit more. Of course, we've got the regulars here with Carcass and the Harmless Rebel up there in the top corner in his SOD shirt. So let's get into it. Who's got anything they need to shout out? We'll start with George G. George, you got anything you want to shout out before we get into the meat of the show?
Well, something interesting happened on Sunday morning. I had to take my wife to the airport 4 a.m, and some guy's yelling at me as I'm taking the bags out of the car, and he's like, hey. I'm like, hey. I'm like, I don't know who the hell you are. I'm trying to get out of the damn airport. But then I take off and I leave, and I text my wife, like, what's that guy saying to you? She's like, oh, he's a fan of your show. He watches you on YouTube. He's a big fan. I'm like, you're kidding. She's like, no. I was like, I got my first fan. I was like, you're kidding. I was like, in Newark Airport at 4 a.m. What are the chances?
That's
Hey,
funny.
all
I went to see Michael Schenker and Armor Saints this past, was it Thursday night? I think it was. And the show was outstanding, but that happened to me 3 times while we were there. First time a guy says, hey. And I'm like, hey, what's up? He goes, are you Scott Waters? I said, yeah. He goes, oh, I'm a big fan of No Life to Metal and Metal Roundtable. I'm like, oh, right on. Can I take a picture with you? Sure. I don't care. And Rob Whitlock was with me from, bass player from Ultimatum. Him and I went together. And then we go into the show, and another guy walks up to us, and he's like, oh, dude, I'm a huge Ultimatum fan. He's like, can I get a picture? I'm like, yeah, that's the bass player right there, Rob Whitlock. I guess people don't care about bass players for some reason. But anyhow, so we ended up taking a picture with that guy. And then we're out between shows, and we're out looking at the merchandise. And another guy walks up to us, and it's my freaking dentist. And again, bass player Rob's with me, and bass player Rob, he's also his dentist, and he recognizes me and not Rob. So it's pretty funny. Anyhow, just a little Spinal Tap story going on there, but
You just never know. That's why I don't.
You never know.
bridges.
Dan, you said you could pull something out you want to show. What's that?
That's why you don't what? You never know. That's why you don't what?
I don't typically burn bridges.
Oh.
Sometimes I'll close them down for a while.
Sure.
Give the person a chance to circle back, but I very rarely call in a napalm strike, although I have. And it's just like scorched earth. There's no need to come back. But I don't know, because I had the same thing happen at Milwaukee Metal Fest too. I was helping Tony buy a Celtic Frost Cold Lake t-shirt from a Latin vendor that I knew from Houston, and we were talking in Spanish. I was trying to negotiate a deal, and these 2 guys came up for me, and they'd come up from Mexico City, and they said, "Oh, you're on the Metal Roundtable. You're Carcass John. You used to draw stuff for War Beast." Yeah, so I took a picture of them too. So you just never know. I always try to be a good example, but yeah, whatever. It's kind of fun.
Yep. Dan, sorry, not Don. Dan, you said you got something you want to shout out before we go to Steve?
Yeah, I'm honored to be here. I met John on the Pentagram tour. We rocked the United States together. Had a great time, and he and I have been meaning to get on one of these YouTube shows together. So I wanted to do a shout out to you, sir. Thank you for having me. I've been an admirer of this round table for a while, and I'm real happy to be here. It's an honor. And I since I got back from the tour, I started this little record label a little bit before the tour, but I've really dedicated my time. And in between the tour and now, we managed to secure a deal with the ex-Pentagram, ex-Raven drummer Joe Hasselvander. And this is one of his earlier albums, The Hounds of Hasselvander. This is one of my favorites called Ancient Rocks. And here's another one of his albums. It's called Midnight Howler. So this is a shout out to Joe Hasselvander and now available on our Bandcamp. I don't know how to leave all that information. Maybe I'll do a nice. This is our latest from Joe here. Let me see if I can. It's just a printout of the cover. This is just, like
Fire on the Mountain.
It's called Fire on the Mountain, and you get it on Savant-Garde Records. It's pre-order now, but it's a beast. You can hear some of the songs on Spotify. Go on Spotify and type in Joe Hasselvander, Darkness Before Dawn, and it's just, sorry, Darkest Before Dawn. It's one of the heaviest songs you'll ever hear. One of the heaviest albums of 2025. I'm sure it's going to be receiving some accolades. But yeah, that's my shout out, Joe. If you're watching, thanks for having us. All right, and thank you guys for having me. And John,
and funny story about Dan. Henry asked me to do this thing where we were hitting 15 cities in 15 days. And I thought, well, that's easy. It's a couple of weeks, whatever. Yeah. And day one, I knew it wasn't going to be easy when we unloaded a 24-foot trailer with like 17,000 pounds of T-shirts. And I honestly thought Dan was the tour manager. And so I'm like, yes, sir, no, sir, with him. And he's just like, hey, I'm just Bobby's assistant and I'm just here to help. And I said, oh, wait, you're not the manager? Who is? And he goes, nobody. I'm just like, oh crap. This 2 weeks just got thrown into the fires of hell.
If you need to be the manager that day, you're the manager,
Right.
I just want to add, he's not joking about the amount of merch. It was like Metallica level merch.
Crazy.
There was more merch than there was band gear.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And in fact, by about, I think, what was it, day 3? Well, it was when we came to Dallas, or actually into Frisco, but North Dallas or whatever. I said, okay, we've got to figure out how to put the gear at the back and all the merch at the front. And I did a Turbid North where we actually had a drawing of how everything fit back into the trailer. And so in my head, I'm taking pictures, but then there was a Tasmanian-like force, Tasmanian devil-like force that didn't really allow us to return everything to the same spot every night. But we did the best we could. And we sold a lot of stuff. And I think we had a lot of fun despite the, it's like I told my daughter, I said, I had ounces of fun and tons of hard work. And, but the ounces of fun were well worth it. And Dan was part of the reason, because we would, shoot the breeze about music. And we got acquainted about this, some of the projects that he's doing with Savant-Garde. And we can certainly post a link for you, Dan. So that's not an issue. But, I mean, he's dealing with guys from Hawkwind and whatever. And we're I listen to other things besides the heavy stuff. And I've actually played some Hawkwind on my alter ego shows on 128 dB Rock. But anyway, Dan and I got to be friends. And I think that when you're hunkered down in the midst of battle, you tend to learn to trust the ones you're next to. So,
yes.
But I learned a lot from him, and hopefully we'll stay friends forever, because it was a real learning. There was a learning curve right there. In fact, I didn't even know this, but at the last three shows, the third to last show, he said, "Oh, and by the way, yeah, I got to go home, and you got this the rest of the way." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh!"
Sorry about that's very irregular
Yeah, no, and it was cool because in that Somerville show in South Carolina was absolutely off the charts. It was so wild that the moshing and whatever destroyed the merch area. Scooter destroyed a bass. So by the time we got to Atlanta, we had to buy him a new bass because his 30-year-old Rickenbacker had a broken neck. And
That was a nice guitar too. I mean,
it was very nice. And
left-handed.
Yeah,
Rickenbacker, solid neck all the way up to it just split.
Yeah, and I mean it was a wild night. There were guys from Interceptor there. The guys from Hans Condor, I really dig them. I still maintain contact with them, with Charles. They were wild. They were kind of like
a fun band.
They're very fun. They're
really
wild, punkish, great attitude. We got to their old place there in Nashville, and they were very accommodating and helped us up and downstairs. And man, it was a wild time. And like I said, Dan and I got to be friends. But I can tell you that coming home is a lot better than going out. Anyway.
Well, it's worth it. And if anybody goes on the road for a month and they don't come back as brothers, there's something wrong.
Yeah,
that's a brotherhood.
Well, you either go back as brothers or you come back absolutely hating each other. I've seen both.
Right.
Yeah, we had a good time though. And Dan's a good guy and has a lot of great ideas, and I hope his Savant-Garde thing takes off. And yeah, as far as moving to Texas, come on down, man. We'd love to have you down here. And whatever. But as far as what we're talking about today, I see Scott just staring at the sky.
No, well, before we get into that, we still need to have Steve, and you got something you got to do, and I've got a shout out too. So
okay,
yeah. So
fire away.
Last night was the Mighty Gamacide show here in Atlanta. Gamacide, and is it Black Mariah?
Black Mariah, yeah.
Not my thing, but what they do, they do pretty well. But it was a great show. My voice is all jacked up from the smoke. The level of smoke coming out of the Gamaside's, what do they call them?
Oh, the toxic waste barrels.
The toxic waste barrels. It was crazy. It was a fantastic show. I wish more people were there for a Monday night. Not the best night for a show, but I think it was like 35 people, 40 people there. And everybody was buying merch, so they definitely made a little bit of money. Speaking of merch, quite a bit of Carcass John artwork on display all over the place. Really good show, though. If for those of you check, I think they're just a few days into the tour. I think they got like another week and a half. So if they're coming to your area, definitely see them. I mean, it's been 35 years since they've been on the road.
Yeah, they actually toured back in 2008, but just did some local Texas stuff with Rotting Corpse, and now both bands are. I mean, Rotting Corpse is about ready to start touring. So anyway,
it was definitely a weird mix, though. Black Mariah and Gamacide. It would have been cool to see them with another thrash band, and both the opening bands were both death metal bands too. So it brought in a different crowd. It was a really interesting crowd. I'll leave it at that.
Right on. You got to see them.
It was great. They were fantastic. They put on a great show. I mean, like I said, there were 35, 40 people there, and they were playing to a crowd of 500. So I love when bands put on a great show like that, no matter how many people are there, and they killed it.
Right on. Well, before we get into your thing, John, I just want to give a quick shout out to somebody, a big guy in the vinyl community who was essential in getting me and Steve and many others into doing this whole video thing and talking about music on YouTube.
Hundreds of bands. I spent
hundreds of bands,
thousands of dollars because of this guy.
Yep, I've traded records with him. I sent him a baby blanket when his third child was born. Anyhow, he passed away this past week on, I believe it was Thursday night. His name was LJ. Biosite was his YouTube channel. He was a legend he was just a legend from the vinyl community. So he's going to be sorely missed. He was a huge metalhead, but much like Steve, he also was into like country as well, mostly that rebel country, not the pop stuff so much. But Huge 8-track collector, man. I've never seen anybody with an 8-track collection quite as big as his, man. He had a complete wall of all this metal stuff that was 8-track. But yeah, anyhow, he passed away. So big shout out to LJ. We'll see you again, brother. So that's that. But before we move any further, let's see here. I got a little thing we got to do here. Ready? Here it is.
Okay, I love that pick of the week. Okay, Scott, I'm going to do a double unveiling today.
Okay.
Okay, because I got a box from Scott, and I really appreciated him sending that to me, but I haven't opened it yet, so I'm going to do that later. But check this out. So I got the record room all squared away, got all the equipment moved and whatever, but I don't know if you can read that.
Yep. Mahogany Rush.
This is a Mahogany Rush preferred station advanced pressing #1 Canadian import on 20th Century Records, and I didn't even know what it was, but it was in my collection. It was in a box of records that I was going through, and now that I have everything out of the closet, this is a copy of Child of the Novelty on
Love that album.
yeah. And so, and it's clean, doesn't look like it's ever been played. The cover's in great shape. I have no clue where I got it, but I'm going to play this later today on the new system. So that's my rock pick of the week. Is Mahogany.
That's a good album.
I've been sort of on a. When you work for Henry over at the warehouse, he's probably got 1,000 tapes or video DVDs or Blu-rays or whatever. And I've been spinning the Frank Marino stuff. I've been spinning some older stuff. Something I spun today led me to this. This is my metal pick of the week.
I saw him on that tour.
Oh no! Am I getting?
Just kidding. Just kidding.
I think people overlook this thing, and they shouldn't, because this thing is just an absolute ripper. Well, I pulled out one of the DVDs, and there was this tour when. And I actually don't mind Paul Bostoff's drumming. So, I mean, I prefer.
I don't mind Paul Bostoff's drumming if it's something that he wrote with the band. If it's something that Lombardo wrote, he just can't pull it off. That's my only issue with it.
That's exactly what yeah. So my rock pick of the week is Frank Marino, Child of Novelty. And if you don't have the advanced station pressing, that's okay too. You can listen to that, and or Divine Intervention by Slayer. And by the way, Fraser Dawson, this is a Mortiferum shirt, not a Blood Incantation. I know they look very similar. Anyway, those are my picks of the week. Thanks.
All right. That was fun. Sorry, I booed you, but I had to use that button for something.
Yeah, I know. You're like a kid. If you don't know, Dan, he just figured out all these little tricks to the new program or whatever, and he can now he's like a kid in a candy store.
He's literally like a 5-year-old.
Yeah,
that's what it's all fun. There's all kinds of cool stuff in here. Like here's a train whistle.
For the guys commenting about Divine Intervention, yes, it's a cool album now. We all hated it when it came out. I didn't know anybody that liked that. Everybody was so disappointed when that came out, just because Lombardo wasn't in the band anymore.
Well, I had pretty much just written them off after seasons, and thought they would never be better. But man, that thing is a ripper, man. Golly. So anyway, I like it now.
Lots of people, comments coming in.
I'm late to the game on Slayer as far as, buying albums, and when I got into Slayer, the first time I saw them was on their God Hates Us All tour. So that's how young I am. So
that was a weird album too. I like it now, but I hated that album until the last. It was really weird. The last 2 songs were like the best songs on that album, and that's like the first album I remember where I didn't like the first 3/4 of it, and the end of it I thought was really good.
I mean, I was aware of Slayer as a fan, but like going out, seeing them, being aware of buying albums, like kids in school would talk about this band that people carved their arm on.
That album cover right there is where that's from. Yeah.
People were talking about that.
Yeah.
When I was in middle school, like, oh, this crazy, evil band, like only crazy people listen to them. I was like, maybe I could be one of those people.
There's a lot of truth to that.
I
The
remember
craziest shows I've been to were all Slayer shows.
Yeah, I used to trip out to California all the time, and I had a friend out there that played in a band called Attacks, not to be confused with the Attacks in Ohio.
Or
But he
Attacker.
he also teched for Phil Demmel, so we would run up and down the coast. But we went out there to see Slayer one time at the Long Beach Arena, and all I remember is as we were walking in, we sort of had backstage or a kind of a backdoor access. So we were coming in the back where the load-in area was, and we saw like 40 or 50 ambulances lined up outside the venue before the show started. And I think it was Mozzie that opened, and he played like 3 songs, and people were throwing stuff at the stage. So he just quit and left. And when Slayer came out, it seriously, the whole lights were red and the whole floor looked like the permapress cycle in your washing machine. It was unbelievable. And as we walked out at the end of the night, there was not one ambulance parked there anymore. They had been hauling people off all evening long.
I can't remember if I since got pictures or if I called him, but on at the retirement show that their final tour, whatever it was, I can't remember who the opening band was, but like right after Testament, I went to get a drink, and as I was walking to get a drink, there were 2 people passed out in the bushes, already drunk, and then there was a girl that walked by that had crapped her pants. She was wearing white pants, and you could just see the running down. Oh man, only a Slayer show. Only a Slayer show.
Well, we lost Dan. I'm sure
Did
we'll
we
be back in a
lose Dan?
second, but yeah.
Anyway, well, yeah, Slayer is their own. They are their own entity. I don't know how George feels about that, but has a quizzical look on his face. But they're a man watching that. In fact, it was called something intervention, not divine intervention, but a video intervention was the name of the video. I think it was a VHS copy to a DVD, and it had the guy carving the Slayer thing into his forearm.
Yeah, I remember seeing that that video. I have a buddy who was a huge Slayer fan about that time, and I remember he had the VHS tape for that, and they told the story of it and showed the videos of it and all that. Yeah,
and then the guy poured alcohol or something on it and lit it on fire to kind of cauterize the wound. Crazy, just crazy. But anyway.
Yep.
Well, like you said, only crazy people listen to Slayer, right?
Right.
Only crazy people make the video.
So let me ask you guys, who's heard it and what do you think?
I haven't been able to find a copy yet. None of my local stores have it.
I got it, but on CD, and that's probably the vinyl's probably harder to find.
I haven't heard
What's
one song on it.
What's your thoughts on it?
If you talk to Shannon Fry,
I like it. I think
he's not happy about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Shannon's on right now or not? I didn't see him. Let's see.
I don't think he will mind me saying that he.
No, I haven't seen him yet.
Nope, I haven't either. Is that Shannon?
Maybe.
Honestly, their last record, though, I liked it when it first came out. I haven't listened to it since. So, and I saw him on the last tour.
It's me, Shannon. Okay, yeah, it's him. It sucks. I told you.
So, man, we should bring Shannon on. I'd love to hear what he's got to say about it.
Well, the thing about it is like all these bands, they've matured. In fact, I had this discussion with Henry today. We were talking about Lars being such a putz, and I've never really known a guy that hasn't gotten better with age. You know what I mean? Even Neil Peart was doing things on the next album that were just incredible, and Henry said, well, if you knew all you had to do was go 4/4 and just do the basics and triple your bank account, that's what you do. And I thought, yeah, I guess, but that just Seems
check
like
your
cheating.
messenger on Facebook.
But anyway, I don't know.
He's
There
back.
he is.
Sorry, guys. I had to get some picks of the week. I was not prepared. I didn't want to do double share, so I grabbed a couple things. So
No, that's all right. No
Okay.
worries.
No worries.
We're just talking about the New Testament. Have you heard it yet?
I have not, and I've been meaning to buy it, but I've been so broke, and there's like 10 albums in my like
Q.
in my cart, and I'm like, I want the new Gravedigger, I want the new Halloween, I want the new, Testament, I want the new Sodom. Like, I want everything. So
You know what?
I'm ready to
Well-
hear about this Testament because I've actually.
So George, tell us what you like about it, since you're the only one here who seems to, until Shannon gets on, who seems to
Well, I
have
thought
anything to say about it.
I love the
I thought it
last.
was a good album. I got no problem with that. It's not as good. I don't think I like Titans better and Brotherhood of the Snake better than this one, but it got a little couple of different things on it. But the first song, For the Love of Pain, is really heavy and fast. Almost almost like a very black metalish scream to it. The way he belts it out. I thought that was probably the best song on the album. But I don't have a problem with it. I mean, it sounds like Testament. I mean, I have a lot of mixed reviews, but people I've heard didn't like it. They thought it was, they're just following another formula. They sound the same as they always do. But, people get PO'd when it's like, if they change their sound, they get mad. If they keep the same sound, they get mad. So you really can't please anybody.
And I didn't think they really changed their sound that much from the last one. I mean, the first couple of songs are like just a jackhammer to the brain, super fast, exactly what you expect from Testament. I mean, the guitar playing is great, but I'm really hoping that Shannon will kick it on here and we can hear what he has to say.
Well, is it? But do you get Disciples of the Watch or Over the Wall or Curse of the Legions of Death, or do you get anything like that, or do you just get?
Well, I mean, those songs are all great, but they're also songs that we've been listening to and singing for 20, 30 years. So, I mean, the new one is literally only a couple days old now. So, I mean, I'm just getting used to hearing those tracks and getting used to hearing those songs. So I really don't know if it's going
Well, that's the
to
one
live
thing
up
I
to that
do
or
like.
not.
We talked about it last week. That's one thing I like about that new Megadeth song is it does sound like 1989.
Excuse me.
It does sound like 1989, 1990, whereas a lot of the bands aren't doing that. Somebody mentioned Sodom. Sodom's one band that really hasn't had a fall off. They've stayed. They found their formula with the war metal, and they do it better than just about anybody.
George, have you heard
Absolutely.
that? Have you heard the new Sodom, George?
Oh yeah.
Is it?
I think
how
it's
does it hold up against the?
I think it's really.
If you're doing toe to toe with Testament, how does it hold up?
I like the Sodom one better.
So
It's
far,
an
I like
excellent.
Sodom,
It's a good album.
Love
far, I like
that
Sodom
album,
better, too.
man. Love it.
but I only heard the Testament once. Same thing with the new Dark Angel. I've only heard it once, and I won't hear it again until I get my copy in the mail, which I still haven't received. So
So do you buy like a CD and the LP so you can have the CD for your car and the LP for listening pleasure and archiving and all that?
not really. I mean, I do buy CDs as well. I have, obviously you can see them behind me.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
no, I usually buy the vinyl first. I work from home, so I listen to music all day long. So I don't.
Yeah,
I just listen to vinyl.
yeah.
Well,
I
If I really, really like a record, yep, I'll buy it. I'll buy more than one copy of it. I'll buy the CD and the vinyl.
Something I've been doing is I've been buying the album on Bandcamp, and they give you a download, so
Yeah.
you can. So you wait for the record to come, and then you've got a 24-bit download from,
That's
and the
from
band,
Amazon,
and the
too.
band actually gets paid.
my car has a CD player in it, and I'm just
So
like,
does mine.
I love it. I'm just like, I'll grab like a stack of CDs and I'll put them in a magazine and I'll carry it with me still. I love doing that.
Excuse me. Well, cool. I was just curious what everybody thought about it because it's new out and people seem to be digging on it.
Yeah, I'm
This
just
is
waiting
new
to find a copy of it.
This is new out too. Anybody heard this one yet?
Oh no,
no, I didn't know that was out. All right, that's going on my. I'm putting that on.
Does
on
it, but Dan,
Amazon.
does it go in front of Testament or behind Testament?
For me?
I would tell you to put it ahead of Testament. This album's smokes.
Okay. I was gonna
And
say
the
like just
production's
because
fantastic.
I
It's-
love the last one.
You've also got one of the greatest frontmen right there, one of the best metal singers of all time.
Yes.
I love Vampire.
Yeah, James Rivera. Not to mention, we have a little bit of connection here, being that it was mastered by our good buddy Rob Caldwell. So who's done a lot of the Hellstar stuff recently. It sounds fantastic. So
Never heard of it.
Anthony M says New Hellstar is the album of the year.
What? Did someone say what? What'd you say,
New
George?
Hellstar is the album of the year. Okay, it's going in my Amazon cart right now while we're talking.
Better than Iron Jaw?
No,
It's not
I like
better
Iron
than
Jaw.
Iron Jaw.
no, I like Iron Jaw better. But Iron Jaw is. I've been listening to that thing so much this year. It's ridiculous.
It's affordable. It's not bad. It's out of stock on vinyl. I guess I'm getting the CD for. So it's sold out.
George, you say you never heard Hellstar?
Oh no, I've
Who,
heard
me?
Yeah,
Oh, damn.
Oh no, I've heard Hellstar. Sure, yeah.
but you have too, George.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. I would have swore I heard somebody say I've never heard of him, but there was a bunch of
Oh
people
no,
talking
I
at one
was
time.
joking. You said you were
Joking
talking
about
about
Rob
Caldwell.
Caldwell,
I said
probably.
never-
Oh. That's like-
In fact,
I
I
heard
think
him say that.
I think the hype sticker says Robert Colwell.
Does it?
for
I got
birthday.
the last Hellstar LP. I thought it was awesome. I think it was
Yeah,
called Pyro or something. It was like pretty.
Yeah, that was the
Bureau,
last.
They
That was the last full length, I believe.
since Sins of the, they did like a re-recording of all their hits called Sins of the Past, and ever since that point, they have just been on fire. King
All
of
the old
Hell,
guys have been
Sins of the
kicking ass.
all those albums are great.
The old guard have been really nailing it. I think
That's one of the things we were kind of talking about last week. Is what do you think of the old guard and the stuff that they're putting out? A lot of people were saying that the new stuff is total crap, and I'm like,
sorry. I mean, be miserable. Don't give it a shot. But if you
Somebody
like metal,
somebody
you'll enjoy it.
on somebody on the local radio station called him the Mexican Dio, James Rivera, and it
Man.
stuck.
and it
But,
sucks. People still call him that to this day.
Did he
He
record
probably
the
likes
album
it.
with his fangs in? I think they're permanent now.
I see that.
I think they're permanent. I truly do. I saw him at Hell's Heroes because we go way back. James used to be my assistant office manager when I was in business for myself back in the early aughts. He'd come off tour and he'd say, "Hey, I need some hours," and I'd say, "Well, I've got an office that's full of files and calls that need to be returned." And he was really good on the phone, and so he would come in and yeah, James Rivera, good on the phone, a good phone guy, and
We're
very,
getting
very organized.
He talked like
We're getting a
this.
few more people asking us about. Has anybody else besides me heard the new Dark Angel, the whole thing, the whole
I
album?
have. I
I've been
yeah, what-
waiting for my.
sounds like
for it to
thrash
come
metal
in.
to me.
That's what I've heard.
Me too.
I
Sounds like thrash metal to me. That's an endorsement.
My
I
friend-
believe
I heard it
Direct
once.
Hit.
Did you order them? Did you pre-order the vinyl, Steve?
Yeah, I ordered the signed copy that they did.
They should have sent you a. Everybody who ordered it, they sent the digital download. You could download Wave or.
Yeah, I know. I haven't. I personally, I'm waiting for the record though.
Me too. I downloaded it and listened to it once because I just really wanted to hear it. I mean, y'all know that Ron is a very good friend of mine, so I was anxious to hear it. I think they did some odd stuff with his vocals and some of the effects, but from what I heard, I kind of liked it. But again, like I said, I heard it once and I heard it through my phone of all places, so not the best place to listen to music to.
Well, I listened
Going
to it.
back to James too.
Go ahead.
Real quick. People forget he can hit those Dio high or Dio those King Diamond highs too. Early stuff when he was hitting those super high notes is fantastic.
Well, and if you ever have a chance to see his Judas Sabbath tribute, go. I mean, in fact, Shannon used to be his drummer when basically Avenger of Blood was his backup band when he would travel west. And now he's got another. In fact, he's got a group in Salt Lake City where we saw him at the Aces High Saloon when we went there for a death metal show. He played the next night, and man, it was just hit after hit after hit.
He did that Killer Covers album too.
Yeah. So he's got something. He's been doing it for 50 years. He's been in the business. I mean, I remember when they were wearing white patent leather tassel boots and spandex back in the early 80s,
back in the day.
like everyone else. But anyway.
Well, how about here's another new one. I know you got some stuff you want to show, and so does you got something you want to show, George? Did you pull some stuff you wanted to show?
Yeah, I got some stuff.
Oh, go ahead, do it, man.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah,
Well, I
this
got
is a
this,
free for all, man. Just whatever you want to,
all
whatever you
right.
want to talk about, just show it.
All right. I got the Led Zeppelin EP, the live one.
Oh
It
yeah,
just
I
came
haven't
out.
yet.
Yeah, it's
And how is it?
I've heard the songs. It was on the DVD they released back in like I think the early 2000s. It's just all the stuff. All the songs are from Physical Graffiti. So I guess it's just because it's 50 years from Physical Graffiti, but they put this out as a whatever it was. So it's kind of weird, but I had to get. I love Zeppelin, so I had to. I figured I had to get it. So it's kind of bare bones, for the CD, but it doesn't matter. It's good though. It's Zeppelin, so
Is it just the tracks, or is it like studio outtakes, or what's the?
no, it's just live.
Oh, lot, great.
It's in my time of dying is from Earl's Court, 75, and Trample on the Foot, Earl's Court 75, and Sick Again and Cashmere are both from Networth 79. So,
Oh,
but it's
There you
good.
go.
It's Zeppelin, so what are you gonna do?
Oh, here comes trouble.
we got
With a
Shannon
capital
Fry
T.
from the mighty Avenger of Blood. So Shannon, give us your lowdown on the New Testament first, because I'm curious what you think.
I hate it. It's not.
This is why we brought you on, because I want to hear some of your opinion.
Well, fuck, let me set my phone here real fast. Like, 1 second.
No worry, take your time. In the meantime, I'm going to show this.
Oh man,
Whoa, that looks cool. What is? I've never heard that.
This is a new Creeper, and the new Creeper is fan-freaking-tastic.
That
it's
Um,
my wife's brother's band.
Cover's cool.
It comes out October 31st. And it's freaking it's good. It's I call them people keep asking me who do they sound like, and I say it's a cross between Pantera and Overkill. What do you say, John?
Yeah, and then they're evolving into something else. I mean, I don't know. I think they're actually doing good things with their sound, but they get pigeonholed into the Pantera thing just because they're from Dallas Fort Worth, and everybody that has any rhythm, unless you're a black metal band like Black Mariah,
they do have some of that Pantera vibe here and there, especially like
They
more
do.
like the power metal Cowboys from Hell era Pantera, where it's a little more melody and it's a little less aggro, screaming at you like a pissed off drill sergeant kind of stuff.
Yeah, they're hard to describe, and that's what makes them unique. That's what I think is going to probably help them move records, is that they're just different. They have their own sound. Yes, they've got influences from other bands, but yeah, they and live they are unstoppable. I mean, they had one of those shows up in Tulsa where they had 15 people there, but they played like there was 15,000. But that's just the way they do it. They're just that good.
So Shannon, go ahead now. Sorry about
on
that. No
to
problem.
that New Testament. First off, okay, I understand what they're doing. They're trying to expand beyond what they're known for. But to me, they're adding elements to me that shouldn't be there, like the whole black metal aspect. Like, stop. You have Dragon Lord. Make a new Dragon Lord album. Don't put that in Testament. The guitar tone to me is just, there's fake, and then there's mega fake. And it's amp sims, and I hear it. I'm partially deaf, and I hear it. And it drives me bananas. And the vocals are so try hard. I love Testament. I love Chuck Billy, but what are you doing? What are they doing? I just don't understand.
So
Sounds
Shannon,
like he was trying to growl a bit more in this one rather than sing. Is that what you're thinking too?
Yeah, partially, but
well,
the vocals he's so monotone. The death metal vocal is so monotone from Chuck. It just there's no texture really to it.
is it
His voice
That's
is
my
kinda
problem.
going at
Demonic?
this point.
Is that recording? Is the new recording more like Demonic from them? Because I hated that record. In fact, I've owned it 6 or 7 times, and I just keep getting rid of it because I don't even want it in my collection.
It's not as bad as Demonic. It's
Okay.
second. I'll put it second. Second
I
worst.
actually liked Demonic. And what was the other one? The Gathering? Is that the other one where they did kind of the death metal thing?
No, that Gathering was an absolute
Gathering
shredder.
was the Gathering
Creepers
was
on-
amazing.
The new Creepers on green vinyl. Someone who asked. It's not. It's at the first pressing. There's only 200 copies available. So and not a whole lot of those left. So
I didn't like Demonic when it came out, and me and one of the guys in my band got in a fight because he loved it, and I thought it was absolute trash, and it kind of grew on me, and now I actually like it. But maybe because he just played the shit out of it, when we were in the van. But
I got a discount copy of it for like $10 at a store we have up in the Northeast called Newbury Comics. They had like a discount thing. I was like, hey, that couldn't be that bad. I grabbed that. That was all right, But, I'm not like die hard Testament, so I wasn't going to be disappointed by something with them.
Who was the drummer on that? Was that Bostov?
I think it was, what's his name from?
Gene Hoglan?
Yeah, it's Hoagland.
Was it Hoagland?
Yeah, Hoagland's on that because
he's not on this one. I can't remember who played on this one. I have to look again.
No, he left.
Chris.
Yeah.
The good,
Chris
new drummers. No, not Chris Contos. Chris
Chris
Yeah, I
Dovis?
forgot his last name. He's a young
Dovis?
kid too,
Or are you
20-something
talking
years
about
old.
the new one or the demonic?
No, the new one.
Demonic is
Oh,
Hoagland.
okay.
Yeah,
I was
the
talking
new
about
one.
demonic. Sorry.
There he is. Chris Dovis.
Yeah,
That's,
I saw them with him after I saw the tour with Lombardo, and actually Lombardo didn't sound good on that last tour that he did with him. He was off the whole night, and then I saw the next tour with him.
Well, where's Louis Clementi? Is he just done?
He lives in Indiana or something now. Last I heard, he was doing one of those an antique store.
Huh.
Thanks, Rod. It was Low. You're correct. Low was the other one I was thinking of, not The Gathering.
Yeah,
actually
I
Low's
like
still
Low,
a good album.
too.
though.
I like Low. There's some good stuff.
Yeah,
in
I
it.
like
too.
Low better than Demonic.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, I
well,
do
I'm
too.
encouraged.
All right. Well, before we move on, Shannon, real quick, what's your? You also had thoughts on the new Dark Angel.
Again, the vocals. Like, why are you fixing something that's not broken? To me, Dark Angel was not broken. They take 30 years off and come back, and the vocals sound so strained. They just, I
So what do you think it is?
understand they're trying new things. And just to me, it seems like everything that people are doing nowadays just falls short of what they're known for,
So give us something you really like.
I know something. I like.
No, I'm serious. I like. Let's put this in context because I feel kind of the same way you do, where I'm just like it's just to stamp it out.
I bet he likes this.
Oh, that rules.
Of
But
course.
it's not. We never changed anything.
Well, the thing is it's like a creator. It's like the same. They're just regurgitating similar things. I really like the Hyrax. I wish
Is
that
that
live
the
they
new
had the
Hyrax?
second guitar, but we've had that discussion too. So I don't know.
I do like that new Hyrax. I do
The
like
new
that new
Hyrax is
Hyrax.
it's almost a return to their earlier sounds with the kind of crossover, punk influenced vibe. It doesn't have the same all metal attitude that the last few albums have had since the Harrison brothers have left the band and Glenn Rogers. That's
So
my opinion.
Shannon, tell me something that you really like that's relatively new.
Oh,
Not
that's
to put
kind
you
of
on the
hard.
spot.
That's kind of hard because there isn't much.
Okay.
I haven't
That's an
haven't
answer.
really listened. Yeah, I don't really listen to new stuff. Everything that's come out is just falling short for me, and I just have no interest anymore. It seems like.
Well, I know I do that too. I go through cycles where I harken back to the old stuff and just, I've got so much I got a room full of records, and I just sometimes go in there and am I going to listen to something new or am I going to listen to something old? Kind of like that. I had pulled that Angel Dust out for an episode, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to sit and listen to this. And man,
That's not nice.
anyway.
Who's got the cat in the background? But someone asked if that's Ron in the background.
Me, he's loud. He doesn't
That's all right.
know when to shut up.
He's fine.
That's
Anyway.
great. Which Angel Dust?
Do you
The first
know-
one.
Oh man, that first Angel Dust is a 10-star record. It's so
Yeah,
good.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then they completely changed. They went like Shannon said, they go off
Progressive,
the
yeah.
rails. They put keyboards in. they become like a Stockholm syndrome. We've done 3 albums, kind of like Therion and Sentenced and all those bands, and they go completely in a different direction. And
Mekong Delta is the same way. That first Mekong Delta is just killer thrash, and by the 3rd album, they're doing progressive metal, just like Angel Dust.
I mean, Therion's now got chicks in evening gowns playing violin, and they're wearing tuxedos. I mean, what the heck's going on?
Yeah,
They were the most. That was Into Darkness was like the heaviest thing from 1991, and then now we've got this. I mean, well, I like bands to evolve too. I mean, my favorite band, and everybody, I'm not going to apologize for it, is Ozric Tentacles. They've been extremely consistent, but they've been progressive. They've changed a few things up. They've had a huge lineup changes, but yet they still maintain integrity in their music, and they're not afraid to try some new sounds or some new. But Ed Wynn, who's the founder and the chief songwriter, maintains the consistency. He doesn't change what's broken. He just adds to it or tries to get a kind of a different look to it. But man, Overkill's another one. I don't think they get enough credit for their consistency. Now, do they have just 10 or 25 great 10-star records? No, they don't. But
I like the change Opeth was making until this last album.
What's that?
I like the changes that Opeth was making until this last album. It's completely unlistenable to me. I can't stand it.
The one that they sing, and they have two versions. One's in Swedish and one's in English.
No, that one I didn't like as much either. But the newest one is, I can't remember what it's called. It's
well, they hit a home run with me with Pale Communion.
Oh yeah, Pale Communion.
And then Sorceress came out, and I thought
I hated the Sorceress when I heard it because there was no metal. But by the 3rd listen, it's one of my favorites. I listen to it all the time now.
They vacillate between what are we doing and maybe we should go back and maybe not. But then that one that they released that's in Swedish and English.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, the Swedish version sounds better to me.
Yeah.
It's not as hard on the ears, but that's just me. That's the beauty of music. You can, there's several knobs on your stereo. One is volume. You can either turn it down or turn it up, or you can just punch it out and listen to something else.
Yeah. Well, on the newest Opeth, everybody was like, oh, they brought back the metal sound to it. And it goes between kind of their metal and their prog, but they don't do the metal or the prog very good on the newest. I'm going to dive into that because I really like that. I really like that band. I think they're weird and I think they're eclectic, but I think they're really good. I think Michael Ackerfeld is a genius. They're great musicians, but yeah, I think they've just lost their way at this point.
I think I stopped with them on Still Life.
Yeah,
that's a good one. You didn't like Blackwater Park or Damnation?
Did Blackwater Park come after Still Life? Then yeah, I like that one. And after that, I didn't listen. Damnation and Domination, whatever those. I stopped.
The comments are coming fast and furious. We're getting a lot of people saying that this is one of the best albums of the year.
Yeah, I need to buy that. I don't know much about them. Can somebody enlighten me?
New band playing thrash metal. Their style of thrash metal, to me, especially on this particular album, leans towards the Agent Steel, Toxic, Realm, Power Mad.
Did they just play with Sacred Reich?
Yes.
So more of a speed metal band.
Yeah,
more of a speed metal band, but they still have thrash elements too in the music. But the vocals are cleaner than most thrash bands are. There's no growling at all, so there's no depth.
They were
looking for new bands to listen to, in the classic vein, just because I feel like I've exhausted the repertoire of the greatest, and I want to hear new, not because I think it's better, but because I've heard the best so much. I'm itching to hear something new from the old guys, just to hear what they have to say.
To me, they're reminiscent of the early Enforcer before Enforcer went completely commercial.
Okay.
Like the first 3 Enforcer records.
Great.
I'm getting texts on my phone on top of people, man. Everybody's talking about this. And I just got one from somebody from a record label that I work for, saying that he thinks the New Testament is their best album yet.
Oh well, that's ridiculous.
I'm glad. I wanted
I'm
to
glad
see
Shannon laughed because he needed a good laugh after his report.
Yeah, I mean, everybody.
troll.
To each his own.
People troll on metal forums. I don't know.
Yeah, they
I
do.
think these guys are great too from Chicago.
Yeah, that's a great record too.
I found an Italian band when I was on tour over the summer in Europe, and I thought they had the best sort of like classic. Let me see if I can get a good picture of this. They're called Hell Crash. I got to take the CD out because the glare. They're kind of like Venom, like just Venom worship, like Welcome to Hell. My camera is my camera is
There you
bad,
go.
but this
You mean like
band
this band?
is fantastic. They're called
Yeah.
Hell Crash. Let me see. It's all backwards. If you
It's
can
not. We can
find
see
this,
it.
It's legit. This is one of the best. Oh man! And as a throwback band, I was like, "Wow, these guys do it really well." I don't know too much about them. They're Italian. They're on this label. What the heck is it called? It's the Dying Victims Productions. Maybe that's the distribution or the Dying Victims. And I've been buying stuff from them. They're putting out a lot of classic sounding newer bands. And the Latin America's got it down, but this one, an Italian band, Hell
Check
Crash.
out if you haven't listened to it. What's it? Is it Suicidal Angels or Suicide Angels?
Suicidal Angels.
Man, that's one of the best records of the last 5 years. That record was a killer. You didn't like it, Shannon?
No, I like the first one. After that, they just fell off to me.
Different sound though. It was more of
isn't it a different vocalist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That first one I listened to, that first Suicidal Angels, I listened to nonstop for like 2 months. It never left my stereo. It was just, or my ears rather.
That's how I've been with the newest one. I really dig the newest one, where it's that they started off more death metal and it's more thrash, straight up thrash now.
I'll check it. I'll check it out.
Someone's talking about the new Vindicator being great too, and I agree. I'm like looking around. I have it sitting around me here somewhere, but I can't find it. But yeah, I like the new Vindicator. The new Vindicator is only available on CD though so far. So and they put it out themselves. So you can get it from the Bandcamp.
I loved this record when it came out. What was it, 98 when this came out? And I hadn't listened to it in like 10 years. I've been playing it pretty much nonstop the last week. You guys remember this one?
Oh, hell yeah.
Rude Awakening.
Yeah.
Everybody talks about The Cleansing. That's one everybody loves because of Snap Your Finger, Snap Your Neck. I think this is a way better record.
It's incredible.
But yeah, I've been playing the crap out of this lately. So
I just read today they have a new live album coming out.
This is the last album from them I really like. I've got the albums after this too, and I never listened to them. I love the early stuff, the thrash and punk stuff, all the way through this era right here, and then they kind of lose me. The guitar player, I can never remember his name.
Tommy Victor?
Yeah, Tommy.
He's playing for Danzig most of the time. That's his main gig now, and Prong's kind of a side project at this point.
Wow.
Yep. We're getting a lot. I'm not keeping up very well with the comments, but we're getting a lot of people asking what we think of this new Suicide Angels. I
love it. It's a great album. I love the band now. I got everything by it. It took a while. I didn't take long to get them. I said once I got into the band, I bought everything by it.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Anybody else? John?
I like them too. I mean, I like them.
I have to hear it.
I didn't know that they had a new singer, but their early stuff it rips. The first two. Those are the ones.
So like I said, the last couple records they've been shifting from death metal to thrash, and this is more of a straight up thrash album. I really dug it, and it was one that I didn't listen to last year, but then it made like everybody's top 10 lists, and every magazine, every vid channel that I like to watch put it in their top. A lot of them put it number 1 or 2, and so I ended up buying it because of that, and I really dug it.
Yeah, go ahead, George.
I think they got away from some of that the satanic kind of stuff they were doing in their early albums. A little bit more, I guess, mature song titles that are like they had on the first couple albums.
That's what kind of killed me about the Black Mariah stuff. They're a good band and they have a good gimmick going, but Satanic and Cowboy at the same time, it just doesn't. It's just a weird mix.
I know all those dudes, and I was shocked that Scott and Rick agreed to take them out, but maybe the old I don't know. They're not my cup of tea, but they're good dudes, and they're all in other band. All their other bands are killer.
Yeah,
and they've been in Judas Goat and what's the other one? Steel Bearing Hand and some of those.
Oh, that's the guys from Steel Bearing Hand.
One of the guys used to be in that, and whatever. Like you say, if shtick works for you, I mean, just ask Ghost. I mean, gee whiz, they built their whole.
Well, like I said, I think they could
catalog
pull it
on
off
shtick.
better if it was just straight up Cowboy. I mean, what's the thrash band that Ryan's in? Scott.
Which I don't know. I don't know which band you're talking about. Sorry.
Thrash
Which
band. Ryan Roebuck.
Motivic.
Motivic. They did Death of the Gunman for their first record. They kind of had like a cowboy thing. It was really killer. And if they went that route, it doesn't work with black metal. If it was just straight up metal, I think it would work better. But
black metal is one of those things like grindcore. If it's not done right, it's gonna suck.
yeah.
Let's just be honest. And some bands just don't do it right.
Yeah.
Back to a question you asked earlier. What do I like? That new Impurity album. They're a death metal band from Sweden.
Oh yeah,
That absolutely blows my mind.
yeah.
How about this? Anybody take on?
I haven't heard that yet.
Is it the
I still haven't heard that.
Canadian Sacrifice?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, great!
That's
Yeah,
what
this
I
is
think.
their
I like the
latest.
last one.
Wow.
It's. I mean, honestly, it follows along right what you expect from them. It's just it's much like the last one, really. I just think that they added a bit more of a hook this time around because I found myself wanting to revisit it more so than I did the last one. Where the last one I had to really get into it. I had to play it more than one time just to really get into it. But yeah, and it looks like we're getting a lot of people are agreeing here. Love Sacrifice. It's good. So anyhow, and then let me show you guys one more. Oh, Iron Jaw. I love Iron Jaw. So.
I saw somebody from that band last night.
Yeah, you did. Did you get him? Did you get to meet him?
No, I talked to him, but yeah, I didn't bring the
So
record.
who saw the Shanker tour? Who saw the Shanker tour?
I saw the Shanker tour on Thursday, and
My
it was
Years of UFO.
spectacular.
Yeah,
Played-
I saw it in Patchogue. No Armored Saint, unfortunately, but
Oh, what happened?
Jared James Nichols opened. There was no, but we didn't get Armored Saint. Sadly, I was hoping to see that.
Yeah, they were Armored Saint were tight. I mean, they just got off a tour, so they were right back on another tour
I've
because they
never
toured with
gotten to
Wasp,
see
but now they're
Armored Saint.
touring with Shanker. So actually, I'm wearing my shirt from the show. I had to
That's
buy.
a
They were so
cool
good. I had to buy a
shirt.
show.
That was one of my first favorite bands ever. I bought when Metal Blade was liquidating their back catalog. You could get it at any Metal Fest, in the late 90s. You could get the Metal Blade cassettes for 50 cents each at any Metal Fest. And I bought all the Armored Saint albums because I was like, wow, these album covers are cool. Bought them all, and that ended up being one of my favorite bands. It still is to this day, but I've never seen them, which is crazy. I've seen John Bush Anthrax, but no Armored Saint.
Has he already done that tour, the John Bush Anthrax tour? I know that was coming up. Maybe it's after it.
No, I haven't seen that. I saw him probably all the way in like 2001 or so, like the last time I saw him. I saw Anthrax a couple 6 years ago.
Well, hopefully, when he's doing the Anthrax tour, the drummer doesn't have triggers on there like they did during that era. Oh, it drove me nuts.
Wait, they're doing a John Bush Anthrax again?
No,
He's
John Bush
touring-
is doing a solo tour,
Yeah, he's going to do a solo tour.
and he's doing all Anthrax songs.
He's doing Stomp 442 and
I hated
Sound of White
Venante
Noise.
sound live during that era, though. It
I
drove
will-
me nuts.
I guess he's got to do only somewhere.
Oh, well.
He's got
I can at least that part of my budget's safe. Oh well, to each their own.
I loved
Hey.
Sound of White Noise. I thought that record was fantastic, but by the time Stomp 442 came out, they had completely lost me at that point.
Has anyone heard the new Michael Schenker Group album? I didn't buy it yet. It's $20 for the CD. And I'm like,
Yeesh.
$20 for the CD. It's still on my cart. I'm like, do I spend $20 or for the CD?
Guys like that. I love his stuff from the 80s, but I've never had any interest to listen to any of his later stuff.
I like some of them. I'm a complete
Is the new album all the UFO songs were
Great.
recorded? Because he was kind of promoting that on from
yeah,
stage. That
he released that, but he has a brand new MSG too. So
oh, yeah, and he didn't play anything from that. So
no, he did not. So he's probably going to come back and tour for that too. He's been on fire. He's just album after album after album. He's been on the hamster wheel, Album
Finally got
tour,
that
album
visa
tour.
thing squared away, huh?
What's that?
Every time I saw Michael Schenker, he always had a visa issue
Uh-huh.
and had to sneak out or
got
couldn't
that
make it.
under
Or
control because I've seen him like 6 times in the past 10 years, and he's been touring. He was touring for 5 years before that, so yeah, he's good.
he looks good for a dude in his 70s, man. He looks really
Yeah,
good for a dude in his
He
70s.
really does.
But hey, we're kind of heading the end of the show, and is there anything else you wanted to show, George? Since I know you pulled some stuff to show.
Well, yeah, but I wanted to ask because I forgot because I pre-ordered it. When does the new Coroner come out? This week or next week?
I think it's next week.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's next week too.
Hey, we need to
Okay.
talk about Rush. What's everybody think? Is that?
Oh, we talked about that last week, and we were
we
all like,
talked
"Yep."
I won't
Yeah.
go there. Okay.
you think it's terrible?
Terrible.
I think Annika Neelis is probably capable of playing those parts, but why? I mean,
Do you
I know,
wanna- yeah.
I know they want to play, but Steve and I both agreed that we thought it would be Mike Portnoy.
What's
I was
crazy
thinking-
about it is what they're
Very well,
charging, though. Some people are paying like $2,000 for
Oh,
tickets.
oh.
And
Oh,
It's-
my wife did the pre-sale, and then she looked on there. It's like $1,000. I'm like, well, I guess we're not seeing Rush. She's trying to win them on the radio because my wife's good at that. So if she can win on the radio, that'd be great. But I'm not paying no $1,000.
I thought it was maybe go the opposite way, where they would think it was going to sell out, and then they would overbook it, and then people wouldn't.
You know who I would like to have seen do it is Danny Carey. I think would have been a good person to do it.
I was hoping Terry Bozzio.
You know what I think?
Shannon
Why
Fry's
didn't they just?
available.
Why didn't they just go out
It's a good comment,
as
Anthony.
Getty? Why didn't they just go out as Getty and whatever the guitarist name is? Just
Yeah.
those two dudes, not call it Rush.
Right.
Because
Yeah. that
Rush,
would be
Rush
like-
was all three of them.
right.
Rush wasn't just those two. So
As
now
you
they're
know,
just
Shannon, as you know, here in the state of Texas, we've got the whole Pantera controversy
Oh,
that-
right.
still raging. And
Yeah, but one good argument about that, though, and I get why people don't want to go to the Pantera. Pantera sounds better now because of Phil than they did at the end of Pantera, though, because Phil was so drugged up on heroin he could barely get through a song. The last time I saw him with the full band, whereas he actually sounds really good now. But I get it. But the cool thing is the money's going to the family. It's going to Dimebag's family. It's going to Vinny's family.
I got to do a shout out for being from Boston. Let's see. I got to do the.
Orgasm, yeah.
I got to.
we just talked about them, what, a
I
couple
gotta
weeks
get
ago,
this
Scott?
Yeah, not
Yeah.
too long ago.
We did just talk about that recently.
The old profile.
Well,
Great band.
I didn't get to unbox anything, but maybe I'll just have my own little private unboxing here
From
because we have
Swampscott.
an hour. So-
We've gone over the last few weeks. If you want to unbox, go on ahead and unbox.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, do it.
Uh,
Baby.
I'm gonna
Watch
show you.
out for the nude photos that he sent you.
yeah.
I just
oh,
got this.
gosh. Yeah, Scott,
Oh,
he's been known to
That's
do that.
cool. It's a
I
box.
just got the
set?
new. No, this is just the anthology that released. That got just
Yeah,
got
it's like
released.
was it not like 92 or 93, if I remember? When did that come
Yes.
out originally?
And I don't know. It was the mid '90s.
93, I think.
I've got the
93.
CD.
But it's there's For one, the original was it was not mastered. It was the songs on the original were just all up and down, volume wise, and they just sound like crap. Second of all, I think they pulled the songs out of a hat, and that's how they figured out the song order. They certainly didn't. So we got back with Intense, and we put the songs in the chronological order, like they should have been to begin with, and we had the whole thing mastered properly, and it sounds. I haven't even opened it yet. I just got it. Let's take a look, see what it looks like.
Yeah, well, does it sound as good as this? Thanks, Scott.
Yeah, that's a superb album.
Hollywood 76,
Ooh.
double live UFO. Speaking of Michael Schenker, see, Can You Roller, Doctor, I'm a Loser, Let It Roll, Shoot, Rock Bottom, Come On Everybody,
Is that from
Boogie
the
for
box
George.
set, Scott?
What's that?
Is that one of them from the box set?
No, this is actually a single release. There's only 200 pressed.
No,
And-
no. The UFO, is that one of the live shows from the box set?
Yeah, I'm unboxing.
No, it's not.
I'm unboxing the Scott box today.
This is actually I forgot it actually has this gigantic collage in the middle.
Wait, what's the
Scott-
Scott box? He sent that to you, so you get
Yeah,
to
he sent this to me, and I'm supposed to.
So not to cut you off,
I
but
gotta see
tonight
that.
I'm actually doing a podcast where I talk about my time with Vengeance.
Oh, right on. Yeah, you were in
Yeah.
the post Christian version of the band.
Yeah, that's
It's-
cool.
I don't know how well that's shown, but it's red, but it's got like black splatter or swirls in it or something like that.
Do you know anything about the other Vengeance from the Midwest, from the Chicago? area?
Chicago? They're all right.
Yeah,
They-
they were okay.
The bass player of that band was the 1971 bassist of the Stooges.
Wow.
What's funny about the Vengeance is because Roger later did the non-Christian version of Vengeance. For some reason, when he got the stuff put on all the streaming services, it doesn't show as being a Christian band. So I was listening to Vengeance at the gym one day, and it was all like satanic music, and then Vengeance mixed in with it. Yeah, it was the funniest thing. So you'd be listening to like White Throne, and then Deicide would come on. They're like, "What the hell is going on?"
What else
That's
is
weird.
in that box? This is driving me crazy. You're opening up a treasure chest.
Oh, it is like opening a treasure chest.
You got to point your video camera down. We got.
Oh well, no, I'm
Doing
just
the
waiting for you
unboxing.
to clear the deck about Vengeance, because it seems like Chicago had a way of stealing band names. You know, they had a Devastation up there too, which we all know that Devastation's from Corpus Christi, Texas, brother. But they had one that was a pretty serviceable death metal band.
Well, you guys got
there was a
Slayer, right?
There was a Vengeance from Europe too that put out a bunch of records. It's the
Yeah,
whole
Yeah, but
reason
you
that
didn't know back then. Like my band was called Siege so from 93 to 96. We had no idea that there was a punk band in Chicago, or not Chicago, and it was at Boston.
England.
Boston.
Come on.
Yeah, we had no idea that there was a Siege there too. You know, we didn't find out until years later.
I got a
we
Siege
were doing a
connection.
show and somebody came and they thought they were going to see that band and they were pissed off. You know, so that's how we found out.
Well, that's Mark Fields, our friend from
Mutual
that I've
friend of
known
ours.
from Rob, and he's a great sound guy too. He's got, in fact, you need to be friends with him because he's got soundboard recordings from some of the greatest bands ever.
My brother played in this hardcore band.
Really?
All right on.
Yeah, Proclamation.
So is you got everything? Are y'all done there, John?
Well, no, I mean, you
didn't
sent me
tell
you sent me Della Reese because I asked for it, and you were gonna pitch it, and then you sent me this because you were gonna pitch it. But this is
Oh,
Hey, this is no joke.
I
Scott
love
has the biggest Osmonds collection of any metalhead.
I
on
love
earth.
the Osmonds. I'm at home here. This
That's
is
not
great.
even a joke.
hey, Crazy Horses. That's a heavy song.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
I,
like
for the
the
life of me,
plan.
can't remember the name of this. Scott.
Look on the spine. Look on the
Well,
spine.
Oh
I
yeah,
can never remember the name of that band either. They're Death
Necroblation.
metal. Necroblation. Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you know about?
he asked me if I'd ever heard of them, and I said no. And I jumped on YouTube, and man, these dudes are crushing.
That looks cool.
Do you know them, Shannon?
So
Necroblation.
Necroblation.
Never heard of them. Never heard of them.
Did
He's
you
wearing
play
a-
in Vengeance?
No,
What's that?
Greg,
No,
Someone
they're-
hit you with vengeance.
I think
are these-
Necroblation are from.
I think they're German. But Necroblation, killer stuff. Carcass John approved. It'll be on the crypt. And then,
Necroblation are from. Looks like from Switzerland. I just looked it up real
Okay.
quick. Yep, Switzerland.
and then he sent me a burned copy of Flotsam and Jetsam Ugly Noise.
It's actually not a burn copy. What it is it's a it's the
Like a-
test pressing CD.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Well, right on.
It's a test CD. So
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
it's-
I'll be checking
it's
that
the-
out. And since I have a
it's the CD they
turntable
use
here
to
in the
duplicate
office
stuff.
now, I can do that. I can do Scott, where I can sit in my office and work and listen to records.
that's what I do all
But,
day long, every day. If I
That's
can
what
stay off the
did
phone
for
long,
5
listen to
years.
the
I
record.
missed it.
And here's the guy who made me have the biggest Osmonds collection in the world.
Yeah,
Blackmore
right there.
Rules. Yep. So I've got lots of duplicates. So I when I get the duplicates, I give them away to other people, and that's
Hey.
what you got right there.
You know, my fondness for the Osmonds goes all the way back to college. I danced with Marie at a school dance that I was actually DJing, and my friends came up to me and they said, "Hey, man, that's Marie Osmond." And I said, "Well, you should go dance with her." And he goes, "Oh, no way." I said, "Well, I'll go dance with her. Just watch I had two tape machines and turntables and all that stuff. And they bet me. I had 4 friends bet me $20 that I wouldn't dance with Marie Osmond. I walked right up to her and we danced 1, 2, 3 songs, including the slow dance at the
Wow.
very end. And I got my $80 and packed up my gear and was a happy camper.
Wait, where
She's
was
definitely-
this?
At Brigham Young University, buddy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
She's definitely,
early 80s, long
So
time
you're a
ago.
Mormon?
she's definitely not hard on the eyes, that's for sure.
No, not at all.
Even-
Still.
and she's
She was about
still,
a
yeah,
buck- she was about $1.05, $1.10 back then, and she went to school there. So why wouldn't you ask her to dance? Good grief!
So did you all watch the television show, the Osmonds?
back in the day. My parents used to watch it.
Well, Shannon,
guess
I'll
I
put
did
it to
probably
you
too
this
then.
way. I'll put it to you this way, Shannon. I had 4 younger sisters and no brothers. So what do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Right on.
My wife knows that I dance with Marie Osmond. She's heard the story. I'm pretty
Right on.
open
Well,
about
hey,
that. Anyway,
We're way over, but I want to give our guests a chance to say if you guys want to say anything before we get off. So, George, is there anything else you wanted to show, add, say?
Just real quick, just because you got I got this not too long ago. Pentagram, first days here, all the early stuff before they actually put out a proper album. So
Yep,
Good
that's
stuff
a good
there.
compilation.
that's killer stuff.
yeah,
Is
very
that-
good stuff.
Is that mostly Victor Griffin on guitar on that one?
Oh boy.
I think
That's
that was before Victor Griffin was in the
That's
band.
before-
if I
yeah,
remember
that's
correctly.
Could have been. It could have been because Victor was in
Yeah,
the 80s.
no, it's not.
McAllister.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think Victor was after.
Yeah, McAllister. That's what it says. Yep,
Right on.
good stuff. That was it.
Awesome.
How about you, Shannon? Anything you wanted to add before we go?
No, just looking forward to that new Coroner album.
Have you heard
That's
any of it
about
yet?
Just the one song they released. I don't know if
I
they
heard
released
2
any
of the
others. but-
songs. They played 2 of the songs live when they played here, and I dug both of them. So
Nice.
Yeah,
Right on.
they were great live at Hell's Heroes. There are some that didn't like them at all because they were a little bit droning and a little bit slow, but they were really good.
the only thing that's weird is they have the guy on stage with the computer that just stands there the whole time.
He was sort of in the background at the.
He's totally out of play. Well, it was a small stage because they played at the Earl when I saw him, so it was a small stage. But
Yeah,
I don't know why he's on the stage at all. He should be next to the soundboard or whatever, But
Right on.
And Kevin
Man.
Kevin Gartland, Bobby Liebling is an acquired taste. So
Yeah,
until you know the whole story, yes, I think we've all done some unsavory things, maybe more so than others. But anyway,
and Bobby's
Yep,
Bobby's one of those guys. I've only met the guy 3 times, and all 3 times I have a story to tell from meeting him.
Oh, there you go.
right on.
anyway,
I agree with Metal Outlaw. Rest in peace, LJ. We did do a little bit of a tribute to him at the very beginning of the show, but one more, Dan. I keep wanting to call you Don. What the heck, man?
That's
Dan.
There's a Donny Osmond, baby.
There you go. Hey, when we go off the air, stay on for a second. I want to get your email address. So
Absolutely.
Is there anything you wanted to add
just
before we go?
I wanted to just again thank you for having me, John. Thanks for the invite, and thanks for hosting me, guys. You know this I've always wanted to do one of these, so this is my first real group podcast / channel thing, and it's awesome. I wanted to go out just telling everyone to pick up Fire on the Mountain. This isn't the actual release. This is just my demo copy, but from my label, Fire on the Mountain. Joe Hasselvander, his brand new studio album. It's dropping on November 7th, but you can pre-order it on Bandcamp. So we'll get the link. But yeah, support Joe. He's one of the heaviest cats out there, the Godfather of Doom. On this album is fantastic.
Right on.
I hope you guys check it out, and thank you for having me.
Right on. How's he doing health wise? I heard he was struggling for a while.
Joe had I'll let everyone know, Joe had a heart attack. He went on a health kick, and he's been hiking, living on health food, and changed his life around quit smoking. He lost like 100 pounds. The dude is thinner than me, and I used to be the skinny one, and this dude is kicking ass. He plays all the instruments on the record, and his doctor said he's okay to play drums, just don't go on tour. But he basically reversed his heart condition, and he's out there, and we're putting out music with him that's going to be some of the best he's ever done solo wise at the least. So let's
That's
say,
good news. I'm glad to hear that. I was kind of curious how he was doing.
Joe's doing awesome. If the Hasselvander fans out there, great news.
Right on. So, well, we got to get going. We're way over, but you can find you can find Steve. Here we go on YouTube at Harmless Rebel 868. You can find him on YouTube and on Facebook and all those other kind of fun places too. Looking for Steve Bodine. You can find John at Carcass John Art on Instagram, and you can also find him at
128 DB Rock in the Crypt and
down
the Carcass John's alter ego.
Right on. Tell everybody where they can find you at, George.
George G's Room of Rock on YouTube and GTR Rock Round with Ron Haggerty every Sunday.
And Dan, I don't know if you have a YouTube channel or you do that kind of thing, but where can people find you?
Well, we started a YouTube channel. It's going to be Savant Guard Records. It's totally new. I just have one interview up and a couple promo feeds for the albums that we're releasing. I have an interview with Tony Reed on there, so check it out. That's Savant Guard Records. That's GUARDE Guard and Savant SAVANT. And I'm also on Instagram at Savant Guard Records. So that's it. And find me on Facebook the same way. And yeah.
Right on.
Thank you.
Yep. And you can find Shannon from the Mighty Avenger of Blood, who's got a brand new EP that came out this year. Well worth picking up. It'll make my top 30 of the year because I've been playing it consistently. Good stuff. So Shannon, if people want to find you, where would they find you?
Facebook. That's it.
Yep.
I'm not too keen on this technology stuff, so you find me on Facebook. That's easy enough.
Yeah, he's on Facebook. That's where I sent him the link to get on here. So Shannon Fry on Facebook.
He does play the most analog of instruments. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he does it well.
You can find me on
Thank you for having me on.
Oh, anytime, Shannon. You can find me on No Life to Metal on Instagram. You can find me on YouTube or Facebook or any of those places. So you guys know how we end it. So for episode number 286 of the Metal Roundtable, Metal will prevail. Stick around for a minute, guys. I need to talk to a couple of you.